backed up into it there because I knew he was getting ready to go in.
The door closed and Eddie was smiling, and I thought, what the hell is he smiling? Oh, that's what he's smiling.
Welcome to Warehouse 13, baby. That's what you get, sucker. But I remember we were standing there, and I was, I go, oh, hey, by the way, man, I'm glad that you came on the show. And he's like, oh, thank you, Eddie, thank you. And I go, yeah, man, I opened up the Hollywood Reporter, and I was like, how do we get the guy from X-Men? Right on! And then I read further, and I was like, oh.
I said, you're okay, too. You'll do.
Welcome aboard, kid. He's like, oh, that's sweet. So ever since then, it's been kismet.
So we've just learned how the bronzer actually works. Is that right?
People actually come out bronzed after the crop dusting.
Speaking of Jinx being gay, I understand, Aaron, that
That had to do with farting and Eddie. That was a weird transition.
What a segue!
I'm just trying to keep on a schedule here. Can you talk about, apparently there's an episode coming up where we explore Jinxie's flamboyant gay side. Can you tease a little bit?
I think I was happy to do this episode, but I really think that it was Allison's. It was more for Allison, because she had way more fun than I did.
I can confirm that.
Yeah, basically, there's an artifact that is splitting people into two sides of themselves, an incredibly studious, serious version, and a and a party version. So we may see an incredibly party version of Steve, which was really fun to play because Allison had so much fun with it. I think Allison's basically been waiting for like 3 years to get a chance to really.
That's right, honey.
That's right, honey. So yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I have
Jack help you snap it out?
Yes, Jack, our
tag team.
showrunner. Yeah, I had 2 consultants on how to play this role appropriately. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. I have no idea how it's going to turn out because it was a whirlwind playing 2 characters in one
Well, I
scene.
was watching, and it was glorious.
Yeah! So I'm definitely very interested in seeing how it turns out.
Speaking of...
Can I just say, they showed last night, at the rap party, they showed the Jinxie death scene, man, and it only gets me. I mean, the scream from Allison, I mean, just so...
And you saying, get back to the car?
Get back, I was going to say,
tense.
I asked Jack if I could say, get back to the chopper!
Oh my God.
There's not a lawsuit pending.
You need to get out of
Is
there.
there a lawsuit? Sorry about that.
Don't give her any ideas.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
What up?
That's so sweet. I love that. Did you painted that? You're so talented. Don't hide. Be proud. Hide it under a bushel. No,
Don't
you
hide
gotta
from
let
your
it
genius.
shine.
You should show everybody.
Yeah. Show us. This is really cool.
I'm gonna grab that. Let me grab that and show. We'll put it up beside Allison so we can have a little bit.
What?
What? No way, you have to keep this in your house. Good stuff. Really good stuff. Seriously, you want me to keep this? That's so sweet. I will. Aww.
Nice.
Thanks.
The metronome would
It's
look
the
good
best thing
beside
that's
that,
come to mind.
So, just before we kind of start closing out, we only have a few minutes left.
Should we do some questions?
We talked a lot about Cialis. What can we say?
So, Allison, I wanted to get you to talk a little bit about the whirlwind that has been Claudia's life,
Yeah.
Particularly in this last season. So let's go through this. So Jinxie was dead, then he wasn't.
Right?
She was bronze, then she wasn't.
Sure.
She thought her sister was dead, but she's alive and she's evil.
I remember, yeah.
She didn't want to be the caretaker, but now she does want to be the caretaker.
I don't know. I do, but I don't. I don't know.
She's vacillating.
And now she's going to kick some serious ass, it
Yeah.
looks like.
I honestly couldn't be more satisfied with the entire arc of Claudia. Because, I got this gig when I was 18 years old, and it's been 4 years. Toronto was my college town. These were my college years. I feel like I really kind of grew up and learned a lot from this show. And, I'll get specific, I guess, with Claire, Claudia's long lost sister, the storyline that you guys will see next year. I think it was really important this year for Claudia to learn as an adult there are just some things that you can't fix. She's had the warehouse on her side when it comes to rescuing her brother, when it comes to bringing Steve back, and I mean, we've proven that when Claudia decides to go on a mission, she's like a freight train.
Say it every way.
That's right. And we also wanted to explore what it was like if we couldn't reverse the downside of an artifact. If an artifact affected someone and there was no way to neutralize it. And so that, without giving any more away, that's what's wrong with Claire Donovan, and why she's been in a coma for 15 years instead of in Claudia's life. And of course, because Artie knew and didn't tell Claudia, that's affected their relationship and only deepens the sort of tenuous father-daughter, sorcerer and apprentice relationship that we share. And as an aside, these two have been crying like bitches every day. I have been feeling just really enjoying every day and just having a lot of fun. But then I look at Saul and I start to get choked up. Because I like to think that when I joined the show, I got two new dads, or more accurately, a cranky Jewish dad and a fabulous gay uncle in Jack. But I couldn't be happier with where Claudia's going. And in terms of the whole caretaker destiny, I can't see everybody, but I'm sure there are a lot of young women my age in the audience who have, look at what they're doing and the future and feel really overwhelmed. I'm like, do I want this? Do I want that? I don't know. I feel it every day, just as a performer and as just a young person in the world. And so I get to bring that very real, very true sort of life crisis to Claudia when it comes to, deciding whether she wants to be a bit of a Dorian Gray in the Mrs. Frederick role. But I think it's really satisfying where it goes.
I think season 1, episode 4 is when Claudia was introduced, and I remember when I saw the cut, and I just thought, oh wow, this show might be okay. Because, Allison just brought so much to it, and it became, it went from being a little silly to all of a sudden, she brought so much, gravitas, if I may say so. So the fact that here we are 5 years later, and the way that the series is going to end up, it seems right to me, it's okay for me to go, the warehouse belongs to Claudia. And that's cool. I think it's a brilliant way to go because Allison's done such a great job.
Shut up.
It's true.
So
Don't get me started.
So the show final season starts airing in 2014 on Showcase. Would you guys be open to a TV movie or a Kickstarter campaign for a feature film?
Yes,
Would
it
you?
is.
Veronica Mars did it.
Love that Kickstarter money.
Right? I mean, this is the era of crowdsourcing, right? I mean, if you build it, they will come, or rather, if you guys build it, we'll show up.
And then just as a final thing, I'm just going to go through, I'll start with you, Aaron, and then go through and finish with Eddie. Final thoughts on the show, and what do you want to say to the fans that are here right now? This is where Eddie cries.
This is where Eddie cries.
Let me start. Yeah, for me, and again, I haven't been here from the start. It's been 3 years, been 3 wonderful years. There's a lot of amazing things about this show. The relationships with you guys, creating characters in that too. I mean, not just you guys as people, but working with you guys as these characters. I've never really been on a show where I've enjoyed the characters so much. So that's a thing too that I think is really unique, that I'm really, really gonna miss. And just to sit here on a stage on a Sunday afternoon in August and see all you guys come out, it just means a lot, because we make this show, we do this show, and we know that people are watching it, but when you come out and you get to, well, I can't really look you guys in the eyes because it's pretty bright, but I'm trying to. But just to sit here and hang out and chit-chat and feel the support, again, I've never really felt that, and it's amazing, and thank you for supporting us, and I really, really, really hope that you guys enjoy the last 6 episodes, because we had a great time making them, and I think we've all poured ourselves into them, and please enjoy, and we love you guys.
You guys are the reason we got a 5th season, right? I mean, it's true. Eureka was not so lucky. They got 1 episode to wrap it up, which was just not enough for anybody, for the cast, for the fans, and based on your loyalty and involvement and excitement about the show, we get to say goodbye to each other and give this to you, and that's a beautiful thing. And then on a really personal note, every time I sort of have self-doubts or feel conflicted, just like Claudia feels conflicted, it's Claudia cosplayers and moms on Twitter who write to me and say that their 9-year-old daughter wants to be Claudia instead of Miley Cyrus, that makes me feel so great. There's something so special about coming to a con where it's cool to just be smart and express yourself and not conform to some, I don't know, big commercial ideal of beauty and appeal. And it's an honor to me. So thank you so much.
Well, for me, before Warehouse 13, I had done 9 pilots. I guest starred on probably 50 or more shows. I had 4 network series, and they all went away, And when Warehouse 13 came and you guys embraced the show and you embraced the character of Pete, you don't know, it's such an incredible compliment to be given. And I thank you all that's why I love coming to conventions, man, because I love meeting and talking to you all, because you've given me an opportunity to be a good father, a good husband. I mean, I know those are my responsibilities too, but